Look at the screen. Watch the digital water glisten under a simulated sunset, and observe the AI-driven crowds walking down the neon-lit streets of Vice City. The level of hyper-realistic detail packed into modern entertainment isn't just an impressive achievement for video game developers. It is a terrifying glimpse into the true nature of our own reality. With the historic release of Grand Theft Auto 6, humanity has officially crossed a major technological threshold. Rockstar Games has created a sprawling, living, breathing digital universe filled with millions of autonomous, non-playable characters, complex physics engines, and weather systems that mirror real-world dynamics. But GTA 6 is far more than just a massive gaming phenomenon. It is the single most convincing, real-world proof of the simulation theory. In the next 20 minutes, we are going to explore how the incredible technological leaps in game design, artificial intelligence, and digital rendering logically prove that you, me, and our entire universe are living inside a massive computer program. To understand why a video game like GTA 6 serves as scientific proof for our simulated reality, we first have to look at the exponential growth rate of computing technology. Think back to the original Grand Theft Auto released in 1997. It was a crude, top-down, two-dimensional game made of simple pixelated blocks and basic square cars moving across a flat grid. Fast forward less than 3 decades, and GTA 6 features photorealistic lighting, dynamic ray tracing, individual strands of rendered hair, complex liquid physics, and AI characters with unique behavioral routines. If humanity could bridge the gap from two-dimensional pixels to near photorealistic worlds in under 30 years, imagine where our technology will be in 100, 1,000, or 10,000 years. Eventually, our computing power will become so immense that creating fully immersive, three-dimensional digital worlds containing billions of conscious, self-aware digital entities will be trivial. If you grant that technology will continue to advance at any pace whatsoever, hyper-realistic simulations become an absolute technological certainty. This exact mathematical logic was formalized by Oxford University philosopher Nick Bostrom in his legendary 2003 paper introducing the simulation argument. Bostrom presented a rock-solid logical trilemma, stating that one of 3 scenarios must be true regarding the fate of intelligent life. First, intelligent species almost always go extinct before reaching a technological stage capable of running full-scale universe simulations. Second, civilizations reach that advanced technological stage, but universally decide not to run ancestor simulations due to strict ethical laws or a total lack of interest. Or third, we are almost certainly living inside a computer simulation right now. Consider the overwhelming mathematical odds behind that third option. If a single post-human civilization survives and builds supercomputers, running an ancestor simulation requires a tiny fraction of their available energy. A single advanced civilization could effortlessly run millions or even billions of simulated universes simultaneously. In those simulated universes, artificial civilizations would eventually evolve, build their own supercomputers, and run their own nested sub-simulations. This creates a vast, infinite ladder of simulated realities containing trillions upon trillions of conscious digital beings, while only one single real baseline universe exists at the very top. Mathematically speaking, if there are billions of simulated realities and only one original reality, the statistical odds that you happen to exist in the real organic world are practically zero. You are almost guaranteed to be living in a digital construct like the world inside GTA 6. Now, let's examine the actual game mechanics of GTA 6 and see how they mirror the most disturbing and unexplained mysteries of quantum physics. When you play GTA 6, you are exploring a massive, seamless map of Vice City. It feels like the entire world exists simultaneously around you, but under the hood, the game engine is playing a clever trick to save processing power. Game developers use an essential optimization technique called occlusion culling, or dynamic rendering. The computer engine only renders the graphics, textures, and AI behaviors that fall directly inside your player character's field of view. The buildings behind you, the ocean miles away, and the pedestrians around the corner do not exist as rendered 3D objects until you turn your camera to look at them. If the game engine tried to render every single leaf, car, and pedestrian across the entire map all at once, your hardware processor would instantly overheat, freeze, and crash the program. Rendering matter only when it is being observed is the single most efficient way to run a complex virtual world. Now, look at how our physical universe behaves at the subatomic level. In quantum mechanics, the famous double-slit experiment proved that particles like electrons do not exist in a fixed physical state until they are actively measured or observed. Instead, they exist as a wave function, a cloud of pure mathematical probabilities floating through empty space. The exact moment a conscious observer or a measuring device looks at a quantum particle, the wave function instantly collapses, forcing the particle to take on a solid, physical position. Why would physical reality wait for an observer before deciding what to do? Because our universe is operating on the exact same conservation of processing power as the game engine running GTA 6. Matter remains a vague, unrendered probability wave until an observer forces the master computer to render a concrete physical result. This processing limit also explains why our physical universe has a hard, unbreakable speed limit, the speed of light. Light travels at roughly 300,000 kilometers per second in a vacuum, and according to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, nothing in the universe can ever travel faster. Have you ever wondered why the universe would enforce a strict speed limit on physical matter? Why couldn't an advanced rocket ship with infinite fuel accelerate past the speed of light? In game design, every virtual world has a maximum speed at which a player character can travel across the terrain. If you modify GTA 6 to make your car travel at 10 times its intended speed, you will outrun the game engine's ability to stream textures and render geometry from the storage drive. You will literally drive off the edge of the world into an empty, unrendered void. The speed of light is not a random rule of natural physics. It is the absolute maximum processing bandwidth of the hardware rendering our universe. It represents the maximum clock speed at which the cosmic processor can render space and time for moving objects. This bandwidth limit becomes even more obvious when you study Einstein's special relativity and time dilation. As an object travels faster through physical space, time for that object actually slows down relative to a stationary observer. If you travel through space near the speed of light, years will pass for people on Earth, while only a few minutes pass for you inside your ship. Why would moving through space affect the passage of time? Think about how a graphics processing unit handles a heavy computational load. When a video game like GTA 6 handles too many intense explosions, complex physics, and dense crowds simultaneously, the game engine's frame rate drops, and time within the simulation appears to slow down. Space and time in our universe are bound together into a single fabric called space-time because they share the exact same processing budget. The more computational power the cosmic server spends rendering your rapid movement through physical space, the less power it has left to process your progression through time. Now, let's look at the rapid evolution of artificial intelligence inside GTA 6 and what it tells us about our own human consciousness. Past generations of video games used simple, rigid decision trees for non-playable characters. If you punched a pedestrian in an old game, they followed a basic script, run away, or fight back using pre-programmed animations. In GTA 6, non-playable characters are powered by advanced machine learning models, procedural neural networks, and dynamic behavioral algorithms. They have simulated memories, unique emotional states, complex social interactions, and unpredictable responses to their environment. When an AI character in GTA 6 reacts to your actions with fear, anger, or curiosity, they are processing sensory input, evaluating options, and executing a logical response. As these AI models become infinitely more complex over the coming decades, at what point does a digital NPC transition from a simple line of code into a genuinely conscious entity? If an AI character inside a future version of GTA experiences emotions, perceives its digital environment, and believes it is a real person living in Vice City, who are we to say its experience isn't real? This brings us to the profound realization that our human brains might be operating under the exact same digital logic. Biological brain cells are simply biochemical processors handling electrical inputs from our eyes, ears, and skin to render an internal model of the world. As renowned neuroscientist Donald Hoffman points out, evolution has not shaped our sensory organs to see objective reality as it truly is. Instead, our eyes and ears act as a simplified user interface, a desktop icon system designed to hide the underlying mathematical machinery of reality so we can survive. Just as the colorful icons on a computer screen hide the millions of transistors, silicon chips, and binary code executing in the background, your perception of physical desk, hands, and sky is just a rendered user interface hiding the raw data of the cosmos. To see further proof of this underlying code, we can look at the work of theoretical physicist Dr. James Gates. While analyzing the complex mathematical equations of supersymmetry and string theory, Dr. Gates discovered something that stunned the global scientific community. Deep within the fundamental equations describing subatomic particles, he identified error-correcting computer algorithms. Specifically, he found linear binary block codes, the exact same software algorithms developed by computer scientist Richard Hamming to detect and fix data transmission errors in digital telecommunications. Why would the fundamental mathematical structure of raw physical space contain built-in computer code designed to prevent data corruption? If the universe were a purely natural, unprogrammed accident, finding functional error correction code in the laws of physics makes no logical sense. It proves that our reality requires an active software protocol running in the background to prevent the fabric of spacetime from accumulating glitchy data errors over time. We even see these software glitches manifest in our everyday lives through phenomena people casually refer to as glitches in the matrix or the Mandela effect. Millions of unconnected people across the globe share vivid, detailed memories of historical events, pop culture details, or brand logos that do not match recorded history. While psychologists attribute this to human memory fallibility, simulation theorists argue that these strange occurrences could be residual data artifacts left over from server maintenance, memory caching errors, or minor hotfix updates applied to our universe's code. If the master program running our universe updates a small piece of our historical timeline, old cached data files might remain stored inside the biological memory banks of connected human avatars. This brings us to the ultimate question that GTA 6 forces us to confront. If our world is a massive virtual simulation, who created it and why? Perhaps the creators are an impossibly advanced post-human species running vast historical simulations to study their own evolutionary past, analyzing how their ancestors navigated social, technological, and environmental challenges. Or maybe our universe is a grand sociological experiment created by an alien intelligence, designed to observe how conscious life evolves under specific physical laws and environmental constraints. We could even be participant avatars in a hyper-advanced entertainment network, having voluntarily plugged our consciousness into this 3D reality to experience the thrills, challenges, and emotional depth of a mortal human life. Just as millions of players willingly immerse themselves in the world of GTA 6 to live out a completely different virtual life, our true transcendent selves might be using this universe as the ultimate, fully immersive virtual reality game. Realizing that your life might be taking place inside a digital construct can initially trigger a profound existential crisis. If your environment is made of code and physical distance is a rendered illusion, does your daily existence actually have any real, tangible meaning? Consider this comforting perspective. The nature of the canvas does not diminish the beauty of the painting. Even if physical space is an optical trick of quantum mathematics and digital code, your thoughts, feelings, and connections remain absolute truth to your consciousness. The love you feel for your family, the passion you pour into your creative work, and the joy of experiencing a sunset are completely real to the mind experiencing them. Whether those experiences are processed by biological neurons or digital bits of code makes no difference to the beauty of the human experience. GTA 6 is not just a game, it is a mirror reflecting the technological trajectory of conscious intelligence. It proves that creating living, photorealistic, software-driven worlds is not only possible, but inevitable. As we stand on the threshold of creating our own virtual universes, we must accept the humbling, mind-bending reality that someone else likely built ours first. Does the realization that we might be living in a simulation make you feel insignificant or strangely connected to the digital fabric of space and time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button to keep breaking reality with us, and I will see you in the next dimension.